Howdy, folks. It is Blue Lives Matter. I'm out in front of the headquarters for public safety for the city of San Antonio. See, they also have a no knife sign posted here. Interesting. I am carrying a firearm today. There's nothing illegal about that. I have my fishing pole. I have some donuts. Got ID on my fishing pole. Brought some coffee. I anticipate being here a while today. I also have this sign right here. But it's past this point. Sometimes you got to make a scene to make changes. So we're going to see what happens here today. Okay, folks, we're going in. No knives.
Go to the windows that are on the right side. You have 3 windows on the right side. Go to any one of those 3 windows. Yes.
How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. Okay.
You just work security past the secure area, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll talk to an officer to come down here about the lobby then. Hello. You know me, I'm that wise guy, Blue Lives Matter. I make jokes and do public accountability things. I need to speak with an officer about your sign on the front door. You guys, the city recently started putting up these no knife signs, and it's a violation of state law. It's irritating. So I'm just down here to talk to someone down here. I've already gone to all the other substations in the town, and of course I saved the best for last. Brought my fishing pole, got ID on it. Even sometimes I fish for cops with a donut on it, but brought donuts too. But I figured I'm surely going to speak to an officer down here. Yes, I'm Reese. Okay, I'm right there. See, you already got an email telling you I'd be down here, right? Yeah, they know. And I mean, I appreciate that. I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to interfere with anyone, but I will make my little video, make a couple of jokes. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to come over there and speak with me, okay? Okay, thank you. So again, this is the public lobby in the downtown Department of Public Safety, headquarters for San Antonio Police Department.
Sir.
So as you see, they were aware I was coming down here. I already sent an email. Fusion Center warns them about my activities. They read my posts. They do what they do. They go, oh, this guy's going to come down here. It is what it is. I make my jokes. Sometimes people are offended by it, but when you're serious about accountability, you've got to go all the way to the top sometimes. I've gone to every substation, police substation in the city. This is a legitimate concern of mine. If there is a law I'm not aware of, I need to know about it. I need to let my viewers know about it, because there is a concern there for the citizens why we're allowed to carry knives everywhere except for where the city doesn't want us to, and the state says we're allowed to. Know your laws, folks. And again, if you have questions, ask those questions. Hold your governments accountable. Make sure they do the right thing. Try to be respectful. Again, I've got my sign on the back here. Turn around so you guys can read that. And that sign's from back out at Converse. But again, I like to carry that with me. So folks, even though they knew I was coming down here, of course, they're gonna play the waiting game with me. It is what it is. I'll go outside for a few minutes, I'll come back in. You know, people see the fishing pole and they get curious, so it draws attention. So it draws attention to the cause. So while I'm not fishing for cops per se, if it brings additional attention and other people have questions and they come and ask, then I'll let them know.
So there it is, the infamous fish pole.
So guys, I was fishing, they were out, but they came in, so caught an officer or two down here talking about the sign. These are not the officers I wanted to speak with, but they're still officers and we're discussing it. If you want to, you can introduce yourself.
How you doing? Officer Leha.
Officer Leha,
Badge number 633.
633?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind me telling what unit you're with, or?
No, you're fine. I'm with the mental health unit.
Officer Leha's with the mental health unit. As you see, they knew I was coming down here. They want to make sure I'm not batshit crazy. Some of you guys know I am crazy, but they want to make sure I'm not a threat to them or myself. So they're aware of what I do. The Fusion Center gives them good intel on people that do what I do. They're aware that what I'm doing is a legitimate concern. The signs, the police didn't put up the signs, the city did, but it does create a problem. So while I've emailed the PIO, this officer can't make the statement that I want from the public information officer. It's city politics, there's nothing wrong with that. But he did say, hey, did you bring the fishing poles?
I did.
So obviously these guys know what I do. Some of them find it funny, some of them don't.
I appreciate the fishing pole. I think it's funny.
But again, guys, when I say I do what I do for a reason, there are a lot more serious issues than just coming down and making fun or making jokes. You know, I told Officer Leha, I even brought donuts. If I had to pull out the real bait for donuts, I'd have switched out the ID, but...
If we weren't on a weight loss challenge this month, maybe.
Right, and I get that. Honestly, I also understand why no officer ever takes a donut from, you know, especially an activist, because, you know, someone may be a jerk. I'm not that way.
I don't get that impression from any of the videos or interactions.
I bought donuts for the North substation for Converse, and actually the donut on the fishing pole came about because I bought donuts for a meeting for town council, and I was in there. I was like, I've always joked about this. I'm gonna go buy a fishing pole too. Yeah. So, and I even went out of my way. A lot of people don't realize this, but this is a Paw Patrol fishing pole.
Oh, it is a Paw Patrol one.
And for those of you who don't know what Paw Patrol is, it's a Crow Police cartoon type thing. You know, so
I think it's probably like emergency responders.
It is.
Like
it's all emergency. Yeah, EMS. But again, it's a healthy cartoon for children. So anyway, I made sure I spent a little bit extra for the Paw Patrol one. No big deal. You know, if you're going to do what I do, you're going to spend money doing it. But again, I appreciate you guys coming down to talk to me about my concerns. Again, I've been to every substation now. I've let the city know what my concerns are about the signs. The big issue for me is it's that an officer will see the sign and think they have to enforce a law that they can't enforce.
Yeah, that there might be some confusion.
You know, I mean, come on, you allow people to carry handguns in this building. What's going to happen is a citizen is going to see someone with a knife, and they're going to say, there's a sign that says no knives, and they're going to call the police.
Yeah.
And that's a waste of our resources. And the city may not see it that way yet, but when I come in with a katana, you will get calls from citizens going, why is there's a guy with a katana in a police station?
That would cause some confusion.
And it would cause, alarm. That's why I haven't done it. I'm not trying to cause alarm, but if I have to make a point to where it makes the city understand this is a stupid sign. I mean, I'm allowed to carry a katana in here. Do I want to do it just to do it? No, I want to do it to force the city to change their policy.
And it's my understanding that you've reached out to James Cobb and everything like
yes,
that. You're going to You're going about the proper
I've-
channels and everything. that you
I've
need
done
to.
all the proper channels. The reason I come to police stations is to educate officers as well, because no matter what the city decides, the officers are the ones that affect the citizen.
Yeah, we're the boots on the ground.
They're the boots on the ground. They have to know, and they may not agree with it, but at least by me putting this out to officers, they have to go up the chain of command too. So it's hitting my point
Yeah.
at the legal level, at the headquarters level. You know, public information office may say, we're never talking to this guy. That's their choice. They know my concerns, but they can't ignore it when officers start saying, the guy has a point. You know, we have to have direction on this, because again, when an officer makes an unlawful arrest, it affects the citizen.
Yeah.
And it's wrong. It affects the officer too, if he has a conscience and he learns later, wow, and that guy took a plea deal and he's really not guilty of anything, but I didn't know better.
Yeah.
So again, education is key.
And I think that's important for all officers, that we're constantly educating, learning,
You know,
keeping up to date with everything.
Sergeant Ross on the West substation made a very valid point. He's like, there's no officer who can know every law.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and you're absolutely right. Just like every citizen can't know every law, but we're expected to follow every law.
Yeah.
Even if we don't know it, we're obligated to follow it. And again, what I can do as an activist is educate officers.
Yeah.
I don't.
And I appreciate, I'll be honest with you, I appreciate that effort that you and other citizens take to educate other officers, including myself. I mean, because there will be something obscure that I may not know or another officer may not know, and I know that you guys are just in goodwill, right? Like
Right.
you have the best interest of everybody in mind, officers included. How can we all help each other just make sure that we're doing the right thing? So I definitely appreciate the efforts that you're making your time.
Well, again, I do appreciate your time. I'm gonna cut this short. Long videos, you know, people stop watching after 5 minutes anyway. Is there anything that you want to say to the citizens of San Antonio, or just anyone else out on YouTube?
If anybody needs mental health help, City of San Antonio is here to help you with that. We partner with the Center for Healthcare Services. And if you are for some reason in a crisis and need to speak to somebody, remember the number is 988.
Okay, and that's 207-988.
So 988 is actually the National Suicide Hotline.
Okay.
It's a 988 now.
Okay, so if someone just dials 988 on their phone.
Yeah, they'll get the suicide hotline, and they'll be able to speak to somebody. If they're in an immediate crisis, they can talk to somebody right there.
Okay, and that's 988 and then dial?
Yeah, 988.
No area code or anything?
No area code. It's
See,
so
I learn things
It
too.
replaced so 911 obviously still there if something immediate is going down. But if you just need somebody to talk to, 988, perfect number.
And again, that's one of the things I like getting out to my viewers, and I'll use that in the future.
No, that would be awesome.
Thank you
Very
again.
nice to meet you, Tori.
Okay, you guys have a good day.
You too.
I know you're not going to take a donut either way. I'll be out front for a little while doing my thing. You guys have a good evening. Hopefully I don't see you guys anytime soon because of your line of duty, but
Yeah, hopefully.
hopefully. I mean, I'm pretty set in you know, my mental stability. Even though I am batshit crazy, or I wouldn't be in a police station with a fishing pole. I mean, it is what it is. So
No, I understand. And if you need anything, I give you my card. So if you need to contact me or anything, please feel free to reach out, email, text. whatever
okay,
you need to.
I appreciate it.
Can
You
I
guys.
see the ID actually?
That ID, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna leave it on the camera.
Yeah.
You know what that ID is, right? That's a Bear County
for the
the jail. I'll show you another one that I actually carry around. Hold on, I may have to dig in my pocket, but I'm not reaching for any weapons. I promise.
No. You informed me earlier what you have, so I trust you.
Not that. It's probably. Sorry.
I like the prop. Like when I saw it on the video, I was like, oh, that's cool. So.
I carry another ID. Oh, here it is. We were discussing this earlier. Officers all the time ask for ID.
Yeah.
And most officers demand ID. When I say that, they don't say, give me ID or I'll arrest you, but they imply it in ways that make. And so I carry a card with ID on it.
ID on it.
Some officers say, oh, you think you're with the press. Nobody needs a press pass to do what I do. I carry a press card. As you see, this is also a Bear County, I call it the Bear County Hotel. I frequent it.
Yeah.
So I get these cards as a souvenir. I'm like, hey, you guys have my extra bunk, right? I get extra soap this time. This is my 12th visit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I do use props like this, and I joke with it. But in the back of my mind, I use this particular ID for that reason.
Yeah.
Because it also reminds me that every day that I do what I'm doing, I risk going back down there. and I don't want to be down there.
Yeah,
But,
I don't think
you know, I've got to do what I got to do.
No, I know you're trying to do everything that you're doing above board. So.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. You guys be
Nice to
safe
meet you
again. Yeah, appreciate it. And again, be safe.
You as well.
And thank you again. That's 988.
988, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.